Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 11 action. Actually, didn't know I was casting tonight. Didn't think I would be casting, actually, but I saw it was I think it was a previously reserved cast, now unreserved, and I'm like, alright,
5 seconds remaining.
I guess I'll just step in on more or less no notice to be here, because why not? I like me some casting. I am making it my mission to cast every single one of the 20 teams and lads at least once this season, and this will put me up to 4 out of 20, so we're getting there. One series at a time. Speaking of the series at hand, though, we have on the Dire team a lot of lads mainstays over here. It's Simpforce 141, aka Mitsu's Pisside Sippy, aka Bing Chilling, aka Frostfire Sibs, aka Moonlight, aka Nebula. The Voljack's captain to units, but it's a different twist this time around. So Voljax is moving into the offlane.
10 seconds remaining.
How that's going to go, still to be determined. Jury's still out on that one. Actually, I'm going to adjust in my chair. I was lounging, but we're no longer lounging. I'm actually going to sit up for this one. On the Radiant side, it's Non-Believers, the wife-captained unit. Number of names familiar if you're a fan of North American amateur Dota 2, but not necessarily big guys from lads. I know names like Wife in Alaska have been around leagues like RD2L and MD2L and whatnot for a very long time. I think PDC more recently as well, so some newcomers to the league. Over to the draft, surprise, surprise, good heroes being picked and banned, though there is some respect bans in the mix. Radiant ban out the Elder Titan, that is a Flying Nightmare classic. He is a notorious carry Elder Titan player, so again, logical ban there. Meanwhile, of course, Boljax will ban out the Lone Druid. That is a classic for Wife. You don't want him on that Lone Druid if you can help it, and they have helped it.
10 seconds remaining.
Other bans, though, I mean, it's Hoodwink, who I believe has to an extent a respect ban as well. I'm not as familiar with that one. But then there's Marcy, who is just the best hero in Dota, so it's a logical ban. 5-pick Nyx Assassin, likely for Acid Rain support. 6-7 Undying Tusk. 8-pick Leshrac. Leshrac, one of those heroes that, I mean, lads has been on this Leshrac thing for a long time. I remember KU and Foreplay, the brain trust of that Sus team, last season champion, they were picking Leshrac. First phase, 5-pick before it was cool, and they were ahead of the trends on this one, so you know, they were ready. It will be here tonight for Camel in the middle lane. We're presuming likely the accurate test case there. I'm a little low on water, but it should be fine. I'll get some more after game number 1. But the question tonight is, I mean, you look at this Radiant team, and they're taking on some of the titans of lads. I mean, 2-time champion Boljax, 2-time champion Acid Rain, champion Camel Farmer. They got some good players on this unit. The thing is, you might say, well, they're the kings of lads, but you can ask then, well, what's a king to a god? But then you ask yourself, what's a god to a non-believer? The non-believers tonight are ready to take on some of the gods of lads, the ladman god himself, Boljax. Look for a, it's not necessarily that much of an upset, but it certainly would be a statement win if it happens. I would consider Simpforce 141 the favorites again. They have they've added Flesh Canoe to play 5. That's actually the big addition I didn't mention. Is because they swapped Boljax to the off lane, they suddenly need a 5-player, and they said, you know, right, we have enough MMR to bring in Flesh Canoe, who is, you know, season in, season out been above average to elite 5-player in lads for like maybe 4 straight seasons now. So should be a good time to see exactly what he does for this team.
5 seconds remaining.
We have a lot of bans though on our plate. Second phase bans: Jug, Lifestealer, Ursa, Clinks, Axe, Shadow Fiend. Yeah, all defendable enough bans. We actually have been seeing a decent upswing in Axe selections at the pro scene. I believe this offlane player on non-believers is a player who enjoys playing Axe as well, but don't quote me on that one. Do not quote me on that one. Ooh, I got a subscription. Gonna put a thanks in for the subscription in my chat to Confused, and that'll show up on the stream in 2 minutes because I'm on a 2-minute delay as per usual. Back to our action, of course. It is Drow Ranger. Bit of a bold Drow pick, doing it at 15. You did have the 18 pick. Maybe you were concerned about Bulljax picking a Drow for himself at 16, 17. But if I were in the situation as Bulljax, I'd be like, hey, they have a Drow Ranger. We could just counter it now. And, well, a lot of offlaners, a lot of carries unpicked. A lot of potential heroes who can counter out this Drow. I mean, most offlane heroes in Dota counter Drow Ranger to an extent, so should be fun to see exactly what we have here. Auto reserve time being used. I'm expecting a Blink Stunner. If I'm Bulljax, I am grabbing a Blink Stunner and a 5 supports. It best be a Blink Stunner and a... Oh! That's a 5 support, kind of. Maybe not. Maybe not. That could actually be the 4 hero with the Nyx going 5. I guess both Nyx and Snapfire can flex around a little bit. Need some more water. Luckily I have my comically oversized water bottle. I don't have my face cam on today because I have a face for radio, baby. Well, that is a Blink Stunner. Blink into Black Hole. Not necessarily the specifically tailored Drow counter pick in terms of, I don't know, hero like Mars, right? That would be a specifically tailored Mars, a Drow counter pick. Instead, Bulljax grabs Enigma, who's just one of the best heroes in Dota, if not the best hero in Dota. I mean, Demonic Conversion, it's a spell, it's very powerful. Black Hole's a spell, it's somehow not as powerful as Demonic Conversion, but it's pretty close. He's a hero who at the pro scene has been getting, I think it's the second most picked / banned hero at TI. Only behind Marcy, who's just the best hero in Dota. Even ahead of Primal Beast, so that's how you know how good Enigma is. Ideally, you can do something to lane well into this Enigma, but at this point you have your carry. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of these pro players picking Gyrocopter to counter the Enigma in lane, but you have a Drow Ranger. So you can't really grab a Gyro unless you want to go real crazy with your draft, and non-believers will go relatively orthodox here. They'll go for the Pangolier.
10 seconds remaining.
Speaking in contrast to Enigma, Pangolier, you'll see in these pro games buying a Basher, swashbuckle the Enigma. I want to say the math something along the lines of, if you swashbuckle Enigma with a Basher, it's like a 70% chance to cancel Black Hole, so the odds are pretty decent. About a 2 in 3 shot. If you're playing Pangolier, I mean, Pangolier, psychologically, right? If you're playing Pangolier, you feel lucky. If you want to play a hero where you don't need to be lucky, you grab a hero like Sven. Sven is a hero with a sword, a big sword, point click stun. He basically does the exact same thing every time until you have a Daedalus. Pangolier, if you get lucky, versus Pangolier if you get unlucky, 2 very different heroes. So if you're playing Pangolier, psychologically, you're feeling lucky. So, I'm sure he's feeling lucky enough to cancel out Black Hole, but at about a 2 in 3 chance. Pretty good odds. Back to our draft at hand, we need a carry for Bulljax, and what we're assuming is a Off-lane pick for non-believers.
10
You
seconds.
generally see Pango played mid more than off-lane nowadays. I mean, if you go back like 3 months, it was played almost entirely in the mid lane. We are seeing more off-lane Pangolier picks in the last month or so, but you generally see it played more mid than off-lane, just given the timings and the hero, though. You still can play the Pangolier off-lane and put the 24 pick mid instead, depending on what carry is selected by Boljax.
5 seconds remaining.
We need a Flying Nightmare hero. And I'm not quite sure what that's going to be. Like, a lot of his heroes are, like these traditionally melee carries and Elder Titan. A lot of them have been banned out. I'm not quite sure where they're going to head here. Morph Bloodseeker as well, both good bans, I think. Bloodseeker, particularly to protect the Pangolier, I think is a very good ban, so. Let's see where Boljax goes. Where is Boljax headed, Mr. Jax? What's your 23 pick? What are these teams' records, actually? I should probably know these teams' records.
5 seconds.
Alright, so Boljax's team is 0-2. Wife's team is 2-0. So, technically, non-believers could be considered the favorite. They're the better team record-wise, but of course, you look at the name, you look at the preseason expectations. I was low on the Simpforce 141 team, but they have name value, so. Good odds. Good odds.
Radiant team.
Boljax contemplates, grabs a... Okay, that's a Flying Nightmare hero. I somehow forgot about Huskar. I mentioned Flying Nightmare heroes. I didn't mention Huskar. And other than Elder Titan, that's probably actually his most notorious hero. And for some reason, my brain didn't put Flying Nightmare and Huskar together, because maybe I just saw FN rather than Flying Nightmare. Like, you go back, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you see a lot of Huskar being played by this man, and it's not that easy of a Huskar game, given you're playing into the Pangolier, you're playing into the Tusk, you're playing into a counter pick, and you don't have a hero like, say, Dazzle or Oracle or Abaddon to back you up, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Over to non-believers. What do you even want to lane into a Huskar? That's actually a very good question. Maybe a hero like Viper's to play here. Put the Pango mid, grab a hero like Viper. Maybe like a hero that buys like a Spear Vessel would be pretty awesome, but like a Venomancer maybe, but
Oops. And here we see the Dota players in their natural...
I don't have to contemplate any longer. It'll be the Viper! Okay, I predicted that one correctly. I feel a little bit good. So it'll be Pangolier mid. Viper offlane. Anyways, Bobby PMA playing the Viper. I think he's traditionally a mid player. I'm looking up my rosters page real fast, making sure I am double checking my facts correctly here. So if that's the case, let's go scroll on down to non-believers. Maybe they're role swapping, because yeah, on the sheet we have Toast as carry, Wife is mid. Unless we're about to see a mid Drow Ranger carry Pango or something really weird like that, but probably not. That's probably not where we're headed. I would expect it to be the Drow carry, Pango mid, Viper offlane, and then Tusk 4, Alaska on the 5 on dying. For Simpforce 141, I mean, it's pretty obvious where everything's going here. It'll be, the only question was really Nyx versus Snapfire, and it's going to end up being Nyx 4, Snapfire 5. Of course, both will get some items. Both heroes are somewhat greedy, though not that greedy, so. I'm excited to watch the bottom lane. Wait, the top lane. That'll be the Huskar versus Viper lane. That'll be a very important lane for the state of the game. Viper will be favored. However, Huskar is one of those heroes where once you get the ball rolling, sometimes it starts rolling hard. You want to shut that hero down with your Tusk Viper lane and ensure his game is as bad as possible. Maybe even go for a first blood attempt with a hero like Undying. Go for a rotation with the 6-minute rune. You never know what you're going to get sometimes, but If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of Non-Believers taking on Simpforce 141. Non-Believers, the wife captain's team with a lot of lads newcomers, though amateur and Dota veterans. Simpforce 141, the newest iteration of the Balljacks captained units. And First Blood is already afoot. That's 2 slows on Flash Canoe, and well, there's nothing you can do on that one. They'll cookie you away, but the shards block him on the inside. The tower is dives, and Flash Canoe will be killed. First Blood going to wife. A fantastic start for him on that Drow Ranger. Sure, you had to skill the ice shards to make it happen, but that's worth it. Yeah, that's worth it. I'm sure it's not that bad to have the ice shards. You can still use it to maybe last in a range creep, or use it for a kill attempt. You can get your tag team at 2 anyways. It'll be A-okay. Getting that money on your drow is a big deal.
You'll have to do better than that.
If you're wondering where the runes go, it will be 2 runes to both teams. You see Alaska throwing out 1 more DK for fun, just to
That was kind of sauce.
slightly bother Camel Farmer, but that'll expire nice and fine quite soon. I'm expecting bottom lane to be pretty boring, because basically every lane with Enigma is inherently boring. If I end up being wrong, I'll be very happy that I'll be wrong. I do not expect to be wrong, though. However, wait a minute, stuff's happening. Acid Rain has a wind lace, tanks some right clicks. Balljacks rotates in with his Eidolons. Alaska is manning up on the Undying. Here to man fight. Said, I am an Undying. Hear me roar. I am going to keep hitting you. And well, it's time for Wife to deny some creeps. That's at least one way to pull back to the Enigma lane. Deny his creeps as well. Mid lane, Pangolier, less Shrek. It was the Pangolier counter pick, but despite that, still relatively even lane. The minute 6 rune will be very important. Both mid lanes are going to farm in this lane. Shouldn't expect too many kill attempts. And then top lane. Top lane's the fun lane, as I said earlier. It is Viper Tusk taking on Huskar Snapfire. We are waiting on Tusk to get his level 2, and then
Dire's courier has
perhaps the kill attempts will continue in this lane. For the time being, though, Canoe is Dragon Tusk in, Dragon Tusk out, making K7's life somewhat miserable taking these favorable trades. And he has plenty of regen, has 5 tangos, has 1 salve, but Flash Canoe wants to take down these tangos, bring this lane back, make it a little bit better. Or to bottom again, good 2-man impale from Acid Rain. That's your 2-time champion Acid Rain escaping from a death. Though as that happens, we see the inevitable occur. Enigma ruining Drow Ranger's game. But there's nothing you can do about that one. I mean, if you're a carry not named basically like Gyrocopter, maybe Monkey King, you're not having a fun time. We see Alaska making space. Wife rotates in, puts out 1 Frost Arrow, and walks back to creeps. A wise decision, one might say. Big deny. Big last hit from Balljacks in the 1v2. Got the last hit over both of them trying to deny. That's a very important last hit in that lane. Over to top lane, Tusk has hit level 2. Has Ice Shards, has the tag team. Flesh Canoe is on the run, has Cookie. He's inside the shards, so Cookie over the shards. The expected play, but a good play nonetheless from Flesh Canoe. Takes some damage, but he'll be fine quite soon. Back to mid lane, Camel is slightly ahead in XP, though Toast is slightly ahead in creep stats. That's enough mid lane for the next 2 minutes. Back to the back to the top lane again. It's K7. Taking some damage. Does not have those brown boots quite yet. He'll have them soon, though. We're seeing some support on support action. In the Radiant side of jungle, Acid Rain will break the pole. Wife rotates in. Wanted to punish Nyx for that one, but again, Drow Ranger, very slow. Alright, Flesh Canoe's under attack, but he'll be fine. A lot of little bit of action going on everywhere, but nothing too significant quite yet. No real kill attempts this game. That could not be stopped by one ability. Shards will hit on Huskar. Flesh Canoe has Cookie. He'll Mango and Cookie FN away. K7 is rooted. He's going in for this kill, perhaps. He's low on Tusk, but so is Huskar. FN will barely survive. He'll barely survive. Close call there for Flying Nightmare. I think Flesh Canoe salved them up on that one, so that is a reduced heal, but Huskar can now stay in this lane. Ooh, look at Camel. Right idea with the D-ward attempt, but the ward is a little bit out of that sentry range, so a little bit of gold wasted, unfortunately. What can you do right there? Top lane, Shards, they are perfect. Cookie will get FN away, and he'll barely die here. Wait, yeah, he'll barely die. So despite the Cookie, it was not enough. It is that Viper counterpick with the 24. And in come your tips. That's 4 tips. Non-believers, they're coordinating right now. They want to take down some Titans of preseason expectations. They want to move all up to 3-0. And in Simpforce level 41, they're currently losing the Dota game. However, they want to get their first kill of the game bottom lane. However, instead, it's top lane where the deaths will happen. It's Tusk and Viper combining for a kill on Flesh Canoe's Snapfire. 3 kills for non-believers. In Acid Rain, he's poking his head around. He wants to kill Alaska, but Alaska, not relenting, not dying, still has 3 mangoes ready to fight. I'm dying. I missed this arrow. You go over to the pro scene, you're seeing, less Undyings get picked. I like watching Undying. This hero's fun to watch. It might be sacrilege to say, but I don't care. I do not care. Supports are very low level in this bottom lane. I guess that's the consequence of Acid Rain and Alaska just man-fighting in this sort of area constantly. Acid Rain's level 2. Alaska's level 2. I mean, you're seeing Wife is level 5. Boldax is level 5. They're far out leveling the support heroes. Wait, rotation from K7 into the jungle. Finds Flying Nightmare. Flying Nightmare is snowballed upon. I think 2 more hits will do it. That's 1. That's 2. And actually won't get the kill. Never mind. He has too much regen. 24.7 regen. So K7, a fantastic idea. Actually playing relatively blind. You got this ward here. Huskar was playing there, so he knew he was playing a little bit into that fog area, but could not get the kill. Instead, we see K7 fighting a Flesh Canoe. K7 wants nothing to do with the fight, and they'll walk away. Over to bottom lane. That's a kill on Alaska. That's your first kill for Simpforce 141. Getting on the board by killing the support Undying. And now Wife is level 6, but is alone right now. Toast rotates in. He'll roll on the Pangolier. Acid Rain, Boldax, they're both in danger and they both might die. The roll through finishes the Enigma and in comes Toast to finish off. She gives, never mind. Thought for a second he was going to give the kill to Wife. Decided not to. Over to top lane. We see K7 and Bobby PMA diving for Flesh Canoe, but he juked away with the Cookie. I find that play interesting from Toast. He rolled away, seemingly on purpose to not get the kill with the roll, and then use Swashbuckle to get the kill anyways. I find that comical. Alright, in comes K7. Going for Flying Nightmare. Meanwhile, mid lane as well, we're seeing a fight break out there. Back to K7, he'll snowball to delay his death, but his death is certainly inevitable. Maybe he'll go for neutral deny, and he will not get it. Meanwhile, the mid lane fight with Leshrac ended. Pangolier and Undying were there, but could not stop whatever Camel was doing in the mid lane. However, the minute 8 rune will go over to Toast on the Pangolier. He runs towards Acid Rain. Acid Rain's low on mana, has 9 stick charges, he'll pop them. But again, there's no way out but down. That's the 3rd kill now for your Pangolier, and Camel has to run the shards, a little bit off the mark from K7. It was a hard kill nonetheless, but when the shards miss, that hard kill goes to an impossible kill. Despite that, game state still quite good for non-believers. They are up 6 kills to 2, up by a little bit under 1,000 gold. Yeah, a little bit under 1,000 gold. Whoa, middle lane. Camel actually almost solo killed Toast, and I almost solo missed catching the kill on my screen. Luckily, the kill did not happen, so luckily I did not miss the kill. If the kill doesn't happen, I can't miss the kill. Top lane, that is your first tower of the game dying. Got last hit by creeps, but it is a dead tower. We may see some more rotations into this dire jungle. K7's already been playing there, so maybe it will be go time again quite soon. Just walk on in there, look for Huskar, ruin his game. He has had a rough start. Speaking of surprisingly rough starts, Boljax. He's playing Enigma. He had the counter pick. He chose this lane into Drow Ranger, and he is getting blasted. He's 1,000 gold behind. Speaking of Drow, Drow goes for a kill on Flesh Canoe Snapfire. The multi-shot will finish the job, and now's a tombstone on the floor. Boljax is slowed, but he will walk away. Over to mid lane, Snowball is through, looking for Camel, the shards. Buckle from the rune, in comes the Viper Strike, in comes the Fuck Buckle, down goes your Shrek. Acid will grab the illusion rune, but now he will grab another death. Boljax TP's in, but he can't even be here. He has Black Hole. He has the man for Black Hole, actually. He's going to get dove. He may kill Viper, but he's certainly going to die. Non-believers, they are out of control. They are owning. And conversely, you look at Simpforce 141, they're crumbling. They are getting owned. Wait, cookies? That's the Mortimer's cookie mid lane. Wait, sorry, the Mortimer's kiss is mid lane to kill Toast. And they'll get a kill on K7's Tusk as well. Double kill for Flesh Canoe. Very big Mortimer's kisses there. Blanked on the name temporarily, but what can you do on that one? It actually brings this net worth lead back from over 2,000 back to under 1,000. It was only 2 kills, but it was a streak kill on Toast's Pangolier, so good swing there for the Simpforce. And they're not done. They're smoking up on 2, or maybe just 1. May have been broken immediately. Flesh Canoe is running around to... I'm actually not quite sure what he's doing, but he is walking around right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Alright. After Scatter Blast into your cookie, Vendetta Impale the combo utilized, and that will be a kill on Bobby PMA. Cannot get any kills in exchange. That's your streak going back to Acid Rain as well, so we saw streaks on this non-believers team, and well, they've lost their streaks. Not only that, they've lost their bottom tier 1 tower, so not a great sign there. And this mid tower also died to Leshrac as well, so this game state went from pretty bad to pretty fantastic for the Simpforce in a matter of, what, 2.5 minutes? Give or take?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Huh. Well, in comes Big Bad Leshrac here to ruin everyone's game mid again. Looking at Radiant, I don't think they saw anybody there, but... Alright, here we go. Impale is actually missed by Acid. Maybe he had a misread on that one. He'll now use Vendetta. Radiant lack detection currently on these heroes. Correction, they have plenty, they just haven't used it. Seems like Acid wants to go on Wife. Acid. He's sneaking around right now. He wants it. He smells it. It's I don't think he has the damage for this though. Drow has 1.2k HP. Acid really wants this kill though. There we go, Vendetta, Impale, Mana Burn, nowhere near enough damage. Meanwhile, thought for a second Oscar was in danger, but he was entirely by himself. We're seeing rotations in, looking for Acid. He has Vendetta in 30, he'll walk away now. Snowball into Diffusal Blade, inhibit slow. The TP away is not in time. It's now an 11th kill for non-believers. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the Glyph was forced out. Boljax was pushing the tower, tier 2. Non-believers smoke, they find Flying Nightmare a big kill if they get it, and it seems like they will. Flying Nightmare's trying to fight, but again, the armlet toggles were not perfect, and they need to be perfect. Toast then rolls over to Flesh Canoe, canceling the Mortimer's Kisses. Camel Farmer is invis right now as a one-man split Earth. Flesh Canoe is low. Black Hole is there on 2. It's canceled by K7. Toast is dead. Radiant fight in a 3v2. Viper is low. Tusk is low. Oh, everybody's dying on both teams right now. It's currently a 1v1. Undying versus Enigma. Undying is slapping. Slow by the Wraith Pack Totem, but it seems not to matter. One more hit from Wife will do it, rotating at the last minutes. Bit of a chaotic one there. I believe a 3 for 4 in non-believers' favor. But in comes Acid Rain! He finds Drow! Impale! A silence! Oh no, he's diving! He wants it desperately! He has the Impale! The punch! The Impale misses on the Drow! Oh, Acid Rain. I respect the play, but that was not going to work in like 99 out of 100 situations. It's one of those things where he had the missed opportunity here at the silence. Probably should have walked away. The more interesting play was, of course, diving that tower. And mid lane, Campbell is in danger, but he's playing the Shrek. Bulljax rotates in with the Wraith Pack Totem. Roll continues to stun. Viper's on the north side hitting Bulljax. Bulljax is slowed. Toast will get away. Back to Bulljax. He's snowballed upon. Acid will save him with the Impale, and Flying Number secures the kill. Viper. Will Viper strike in for the Huskar? Both Enigma and Huskar have fallen. But the Shrek. Oh no, the Shrek's out of control again. 3 kills for the Shrek, it appears. Impale on Toast. Pango to fall. Alaska dead as well. And that right there is your less Shrek power. Had the Bloodstone. Is playing the Shrek. Turns it around. What can you do? So surprise, surprise, #1 net worth by a country mile is going to be Camel Farmer on the Leshrac. And he is not done yet with playing Dota 2. He has a Haste Rune, and of course that Bloodstone again in 30 seconds. There is this T2 bottom that's... It's not quite dead yet, but it's not long for life. It is shuddering in its boots. Shuddering in its foundation right now, knowing it is about to collapse at the hand of these dire heroes. Meanwhile, we will see non-believers dodging. Wife is playing the middle lane in Tri-Camp. His teammates currently playing the top lane. Yeah, Toast, he was in the bottom lane, but he'll accept the inevitable. He'll let the T2 fall. Which does mean with this tower dead, it's a nice little walk on over for Acid Rain to grab this outpost. More map control gained by the side of Simpforce 141. Wait a minute. Bold plays foot. It's a Roshan attempt. And actually, it seems like Simpforce 141, they are unaware of what's going on right now. They've smoked up S4, they're running over, but I don't think it's going to be in time. Roshan is just too low. Dust was used, now Roshan is just too dead. Aegis to white on the Drow Ranger. It's time to escape. Bulljax has Black Hole, but he can't find the target he wants. As a result, it's a clean escape. And it will be that tier 2 for Roshan trade. El Clasico, the tier 2 for Roshan trade. It is, of course, only that first Roshan. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it is good to have.
His middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
You know, it occurred to me, if I just put on player perspective Nyx Assassin, I would catch like 65% of the action. Because all the fun stuff happens where Acid Rain is. I could just do this. Keep the assisted cam right here on Nebula's very own AcidRain.Lumi. And honestly, I'm not missing too much.
Is under attack.
If something's going to happen, it's probably going to involve a Nyx with Dagon, so... No, but I'll go to other heroes again. There is still plenty of fun items being purchased. We're going to see a Silver Edge on Drow Ranger quite soon. Shadowblade currently on the Courier. Looking at Pangolier, he is going for that Basher. I mentioned it during the draft. Certainly a good tool to cancel the Black Hole this game. Looking at Bobby PMA, who I believe is the permanent player on this team. He has a Vessel, the Huskar counter, also the Shrek counter, going into a BKB. Wait a minute, Simpforce. They've got a BKB on Huskar, and they're smoked up on 3. It could be go time. We're waiting patiently. We know something is afoot. Something is probably going to happen unless... Alright, never mind then. Non-believers, they'll back off entirely. They didn't like the situation. They said, you know what, looking at our vision, something is sus. We see nobody on the map. Let's go back off and play high grounds. And we're seeing now K7 playing the high ground, the wife playing this high ground here. We're going to wait for a new angle for the engagement. There is a smoke in the... Okay, so there's not a smoke currently on hand for non-believers. There's one on the way for Undying, but other than that, there are no smokes currently there. And there's no smokes currently for Simpforce either, so... Both teams have exhausted their smokes, it appears. Smoke has arrived. Here we go again. 4-man smoke around Toast. Viper leads the way. And they run into Camel Farmer. A very hard kill, but if they get it, a very important kill. They also see Flesh Canoe, who will walk away, advertently or not. And never mind, he walks back in. He walked away to safety temporarily, but decided, you know what, I'm walking back in. And he got absolutely demolished there by Viper and Tusk.
Dire's top tower
Both ultimates were committed, though both ultimates are very low cooldown, of course. As a result, this T2 top, it gets glyphed, but it's still going to die very, very soon. I'm writing that one off right now. After that one's grabbed, parlay that one into the outpost. Nice, easy gains there for non-believers. And we're not going to get a trade, it appears. There is some damage being done to this mid T2 tower, but it's not going to die. Not anytime soon. The exchange is pretty much some room to farm. We're seeing Nyx getting farm, we're seeing Enigma getting farm, Huskar is farming the Radiant jungle. It's farm time. We're down to less than a minute of immortality for Wife. 37 seconds to be precise. I mean, it seems like he wants to poke his head high ground. This is a very bold play, a risky play, one might say. In comes the roll from Toast. Silence on Camel, but Camel is playing the Shrek still. Snowball, the Vessel, the punch, not even needed! A huge kill on Camel Farmer, and he does not have buyback. Impale, Dagon does not kill Wife. He still has 2 lives. The creep wave is on the way. It's a very bold high ground play, but it might just work. Toast enters the trees, looking for Bulljacks, breaking his blink. In comes FN, looking for PMA. Edith is expired, Toast is dead. He buys back, Black Hole, only on 1. Snowball cancels, Wife is incredibly low. They need to keep him alive, and they do. Cookie forward, hits on Tusk, in comes Pango, Shield Crash on 3, Impale on 2, meanwhile K7 is dead, Wife is still alive, Boldax, Acid Rain, both will fall, PMA heads to Flesh Canoe, correction, heads to Acid Rain, another kill for Viper. You lose the Aegis mid-fight, and it nearly gets Wife killed. However, it seems not to matter, non-believers, they're still going. Swashbuckle nearly kills Flesh Canoe. Now there's your glyph from Simpforce. They want to keep the tower alive. Huskar is respawning. Multi-shot will not get the kill. Pangolier is in, but misses a swashbuckle. Split Earth on Pangolier. If he dies, it'll be a dieback. Cookie to stun. Dieback on Pango. In comes Leshrac, but he dies again! Mid laner for mid laner. Both are dead. Huskar, at long last, has respawned into the team fight. So has Enigma. This T3 is dead. Enigma lacks a black hole, but has Malefice in a blink away. The range racks are very low right now. Multi-shot in will damage FN. FN's still about 2/3 HP. And the range racks will die. Walk away by the entirety of non-believers. Acid Rain is scouting them out, but there is nothing he can do. A very extended string there from non-believers. Spend about 2.5, 3 minutes at the foot of this dire high ground, but they got what they came for. T3 tower, dead. Range racks, dead. And there will be equilibrium in this top lane for non-believers. Over to Acid Rain, he wants to kill on Bobby PMA. It's not working yet, but his teammate's on the way over. Malphus to stun Viper. Viper to BKB. Tusk is going in, looking for Acid Rain. Kisses are hitting on Tusk. Acid is dead, but it may be a 2-for-1 trade. Enigma will end up taking down the Viper's damage over time, so it's a clean 2-for-2. Viper and Tusk for Enigma and Nyx. Both teams lose their offlaner and their force support, but notably, Simpforce clear out their jungle. They know now at long last their jungle is free of these radiant heroes. Alright, I have about 25 minutes left of water in my water bottle, so... If this game goes past 50 minutes, my throat is going to get a little bit gravelly, but that's going to be okay, I'm sure. It's going to be a-okay. This game's not going to last past 50 minutes. I'm sure something's going to end this game one way or the other. Game state is in favor of non-believers. If we look at the graph, Little Plus thinks they're winning. Wait, silence on Nyx Assassin. Ooh, the blink in by Tusk as well. Acid Rain was scouting around, poking his head for information, but the only information he has received is that he is dead for 37 more seconds now. But back to our good friend, the graph. Net worth lead, currently 3K, XP lead, minimal, win percentage chance, 66% for non-believers, 34% for Simpforce. So certainly a game in favor of the Radiant, but still a playable game for Bulljax's dire boys right now. Their situation is not quite dire, even though they are playing the dire, of course. It's good old double entendre. You know I love them, but back to our action middle lane. It's a group up as 5 from non-believers. They flood on into the dire-sided tri-camp. One key issue, the dire are not there at their tri-camp. They want nothing to do with being there, so they'll play either the tier 2 mid, or they'll split the map. Bulljax being the map splitter, the remainder of the team playing in middle lane. Drow has a double damage rune. But it seems like there will be no siege with the DD rune in time. It's expiring in about 10 seconds, so not much time left. Alright, he's hitting it now. Wife to siege, impale the stun. Neither team commits. Black hole is online. And they don't know where Bulljax is. They do not see Bulljax. As a result, they have to fear this blink black hole. There are plenty of means of canceling it. However, there is no basher on Pangolier quite yet. There is, of course, that Drow Silence, or the Tusk Snowball, or the Tusk Punch, but there is no basher on Pangolier. Bulljax. He's hiding right now. He's playing some interesting Dota. Seems like it'll pay off for him. He's just... oh, here we go. There's some real action. Canoe is on the run. K7, ooh, he's taking a lot of damage. He'll snowball through right towards everybody on the side of Nebula. Correction, Simpforce 141. But it's a roll in by Toast. Stunning, okay, BKB Force out from Flying Nightmare, so no stun. And now it may be time to run. Wife silences Leshrac. Camel will run in nonetheless, looking for kills. Camel has his own BKB. Viper, speaking of BKBs, uses his, and he'll walk away. A good situation for Simpforce 141. They trade 1-for-1 on BKBs, and they get a kill. I just want to point out, There are a lot of items that Acid Rain could be buying right now. You know, like a Blink Dagger, a Yule Scepter, a Force Staff, you know. Items you'd often expect on an Nyx Assassin. Let me ask you, what do you have? Instead, what does Acid Rain have? What he has right now is a Dagon 2 and an Aghanim Shard. He is ready for this soul kill action. And he might be putting it to action right now because there's a fight around the Roshan pit brewing. Acid finds K7 with the Impaled Dagon combo, but the heal keeps him alive with the mech. Alaska with a huge save. Acid Rain is dead. And well, in comes one more punch on Flying Nightmare. BKB's still on cooldown. Now his life is on cooldown as well. They head in, looking for Camel. The black hole! It's on 3! There is no cancel! The damage from the Shrek is massive! Enigma is dead, but a valiant sacrifice. Camel is running down everybody. Wife BKB is over. Another kill for Camel. K7's on the run. The shards were not perfect. Therefore, he is dead. Toast. The lone survivor will blink away, but a huge turnaround for Simpforce 141 on the back of a huge 3-man black hole by the Captain Bulljax, and massive damage from Camel Farmer's Leshrac. The Network swing, it swings all the way back to the Dire, and not only that, look what the spoils are. The Aegis and the free Aghanim Shard, both headed to Leshrac. Camel Farmer, he was already scary, but he's now about 35% more scary. He is becoming an absolute menace to this Radiant team's chance to win Dota 2. Oh my. 20,000 net worth. Of course, boosted by that 1.4k Aghanim Shard upgrade, but... And this is a 2-time Lads finalist, Lads champion middle laner on the best mid laner in Dota right now, and he is showing why Leshrac is the feared hero that it is. It does a lot of everything. It does a lot of things, one might say. Alright, I've come back down from the high of that team fight. Top lane, Acid is invis. The Vendetta... more Dagon for Acid Rain, now a 3rd level in that Dagon. He's here to do more damage. I was correct. All you have to do is watch Acid Rain and you're catching all the interesting stuff in the map. He's running into the Radiant Tri-Camp right now. He may run into Wife. I don't think he has the damage for the soul kill, however. Vendetta's expiring. Yeah, he doesn't want to mess around with that one. He'll hide for the time being. Go to the mid wave, get some creeps. Over to top lane. We see 4 members of non-believers pushing the lane all the way into the melee barracks, but of course we see Simpforce on the defense, simping for their barracks. A good target to simp for, I should say. And now we are back to farming, and so far, in the last about 10 minutes or so, farming has been very good for the side of Simpforce. They have been playing the map very well. Wait, wow, interesting. I think he was looking to get some scouting for the D ward, but that courier is most certainly dead now. Where was I? 4-man smoke gank by Simpforce, looking middle lane. Acid was bashed temporarily. He's invis with the Vendetta. He's scouting around. His teammates are smoked nearby. The smoke has popped for Flying Nightmare. He sees Bobby PMA. Midnight Pulse, Malefice, Lifebreak, BKB, the turn. Meanwhile, Acid Rain solo kills K7 on the south side of the fight. FN is low. He's trying to run. PMA is low as well. PMA will die. And FN remains alive. 2 more kills for the Simpforce. And well, if you're a T2 middle fan, I got some bad news for you. This T2 middle, it is going to die. And it will die in a very painful fashion. Goodbye, T2 Tower, at the hands of Camel Farmer. And now, you're playing 5v3 and up the Aegis but you will back off. You will play the map if you're Simpforce, apparently. Perhaps there could have been a force high ground if they wanted to get real cheeky, as non-believers did about 10 minutes prior, but Boljax is a very cool, calm, and collected captain. He knows that the correct play to make is the conservative play. You push the lanes, you play the economy game, you don't go for these bold and fun plays, you play boring. And you wait for your... Wait, did Acid Rain doed it? He actually did. He solo killed Toast. And in comes Camel Farmer. Oh no, the black hole on Wife. There is no cancel for that one. The damage is massive. Wife will attempt the TP. It will not work. A 2-for-1 set up by an unbelievable solo kill by Acid Rain, demolishing the middle lane Pangolier of Toast. I regret missing that kill the one time I wasn't watching Acid Rain. He got away from me again and solo killed Pangolier. Oh my. And now, bottom lane, it is high ground time. FN, Camel, Boljax are all standing on the high grounds. The tower is about 2/3 HP. Malphus on Bobby PMA. Split Earth to follow. Snowball will go through temporarily. This T3 tower is dead bottom. 4 heroes hit the melee barracks, but it will get glyphed. That was the refresh glyph there for non-believers, keeping Simpforce away for the time being. And again, the Aegis is no longer there for the Shrek. It is back off time. Your Aegis has expired, and again, Boljax makes the call. Says, you know what, guys? We're not going to throw away our lead. We're making good team fights. We're making good plays. We are playing the map better. We have map control. We can just play it smart, and they're playing it smart again. Everybody but Acid Rain plays it smart, and Acid Rain says, you know what, Boljax, I'm better than you. I'm going to play Nyx Dagon. What exactly, where's Acid up to at this point? What's Acid, what's Acid Rain doing? Well, the one time I didn't look at Acid Rain, I regretted it, but for now we have a 5-man smoke gang from the side of non-believers into their own jungle. They're running on through. They may run into Flesh Canoe and they'll pop the smoke on Flesh Canoe. Roll. It's pump fake now, cancelled. Flesh Canoe has a Glimmer Cape, but he is certainly dead. He'll drop the gem on the floor. Do they see the gem on the floor, actually? They don't see the gem. It's blending in with the Nether Toxin and the floor. An Acid Rain solo kill. He solo killed in a 1v4. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but he bought time for Boljax to get the gem back. Oh no. Disaster is there for non-believers. I mean, they got technically a 1-for-2 in their favor, but it could have been so much more. Incredibly close to a kill on Boljax and the gem, and they get neither. Unfortunate one might say. However, despite not getting the kill on Enigma or the gem, they will get that middle T2 tower down, so we are beginning to run out of outer towers. There's a T2 bottom on the side of Simpforce, and there's both of the outer top tier towers, the tier 1 and the tier 2 for non-believers, so there are still some outer towers. We are at the point now, though, where both teams are thinking about that third Roshan of the game. And here we go. I mean, it's been 7 minutes and 50 seconds. Our answer will be coming quite soon. Who gets lucky? If non-believers get lucky here, it'll be alive in like 5 seconds. And they're, map-wise, they're in the position to take it. It'll be around the middle of the road respawn time, about 1:07 into the window, so not particularly lucky for either team. And non-believers, they are, again, back in the top lane. They have a complete bloodlust for this top melee barracks, and they just can't find it. It'll get glyphed again. It might be a trade. It might be the top melee racks for the bottom full set. The bottom set is already dead, and Camel heads mid. He has Edict in 11 seconds. Top melees are now dead. Now both teams are hitting the other team's base. It's a base trade right now. Income your TPs from Simpforce, Leshrac, and Enigma are back in the base. And Acid Rain solo kills K7. The remainder of non-believers will back off and say, alright, we've lost our Tusk. He got nearly one shot by this Dagon. It's time to get out of here. And that will be the play. Roshan more or less just respawned, which is very fortunate for the side of Simpforce. The spoils are the Aegis, the cheese, and the free Aghanim's blessing. The free Aghanim that they're blessing, so some very cool items to obtain. I would expect, actually, probably 2 items going to Huskar, 1 to Leshrac, maybe the Aegis and the Ags to Huskar, and the cheese to Leshrac. That would make sense. And that will actually not be the case yet, but probably will end up being the case when all's said and done. So yeah, Aghanims to Huskar, Aegis to Huskar, cheese. It's currently on Flesh Canoe past the Camel. I was entirely correct. Let's go. I gotta stop looking away from Acid Rain. I keep saying I just need to watch Acid Rain 24/7. Have an Acid Rain cam on the screen at all times. I look away for a brief seconds to talk about cheeses and Aghanim's upgrades. It's like, one more solo kill for Acid Rain. My lord. Has he had a Dagon 5 yet on Nyx? Yeah, that is your Dagon 5. He's going Dagon 5 into Octarine Core. He wants more cast range, more damage, more solo kills. It seems like his teams on Simpforce want more towers. It is that T1 top going down. The T2 is likely to follow. Drow Ranger has a Nullifier. And there are some good things to nullify this game, including a potentially defensive F-Blade from Leshrac.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Well, here we go again. You see Flying Nightmare? He wants to go into the high ground top lane. Camel sets up some split earths on the floor. FN is flickering around, does not want to overcommit Camel. Could go in with the Edict. He's choosing not to. He's playing it slow. And that has been the name of the game for Simpforce. Play it slow, play it smart, don't throw the game away. And again, if they really wanted to be bold, they could be hitting the T3 tower right now. But they're playing it smart. They're grabbing even more money. They're setting up a split map situation where there's 2 opportunities. If you're non-believers, you have 2 plays. You have group up or split up. If you group up, you will get out-farmed. If you split up, well, this happens. Acid Rain solo kills you. So that's the problem. You have no great play. Either you get out-farmed and you lose slowly, or this man right here, the man on your screen, Acid Rain, will just one-shot your heroes. I think he had a gem there on dying even. There's just no play. Okay, here we go. Now we're diving. Camel is in. Flying Nightmare is fighting. K7 the fall. The black hole! It's on 3. All 3 cores from Bulljax. A fantastic black hole. Wife is dead. In come 2 buybacks. Pangolier and the Untying. But at this point, this team fight, the Glyph, it does some damage when in comes FN once again. He's taunting in the Pangolier. That's a dieback on Pangolier. Your Aegis has been lost on Huskar, but again, you're fighting in a 2v5. Drow lacks the money for buyback. Pangolier has diebacked. And Tusk lacks the money for a buyback. It was a good idea the Blink Walrus kick to set up that fight. But it did not matter. The net worth lead perhaps just too massive, the Shrek perhaps too powerful. Regardless, the result is the same. Simpforce 141, they are probably a minute away from winning. Okay, that's a good kill right there. You've killed Acid Rain, you've kicked him into the fountain, you've punished him for his overzealousness. However, we see FN hitting building's top. Camel is on the way as well, has edicts. Wait, there's a gem on the floor, there's a gem on the floor. Both teams know it, and the courier will get grabbed by the courier of K7. So the game is not over. The game state is very bad for non-believers, but they have not lost the game. I'm not quite sure how they're supposed to win the game, but they have not lost the game, technically. That is a 3-man smoke gank, Tusk, Undying, and Drow Ranger. They're hunting desperately. They find Enigma. That is the Captain, Bulljax. He goes invis with the Trickster's Cloak, but with the dust, his life will be forfeit. So there we go. That's some gold going back. That's at least one hero dead to join his Nyx Assassin. But the problem remains the game state. It's very bad. The play may be run it down the middle lane, try to fight with no Enigma and no Black Hole. Problem is, he has a buyback, and again, he's about to have Black Hole again. It's going to be very hard to stop the current game state. But again, this could be the best chance for non-believers. Run it down the middle lane, win your game right here, right now. TP's back, looking for Camel. But during the TP's back, Acid Rain solo kills Toast. So we see that play there. We see Camel. He threatens the base with Edict. He's 27 without the Edict talent. But by being in his base, he forced away TPs. And by doing so, we saw Acid Rain just thread the needle, solo kill Pangolier. It's just too much damage. And that's just the unfortunate situation is because you're so far behind, there is no play you can make that stops everything. You have to give up something no matter what you do, and, well, it's looking a little bit rough right now. That is some good water. I have about one more sip of water left. I was actually extremely accurate on my water report earlier. Punch in on... Oh, Camel has BKB. Does not want to use it. In comes Flesh Canoe. Split Earth will miss. Camel now BKBs. He's being locked down. Has the Bloodstone. Does not use it. Now uses it. In comes FN. K7 is dead. Camel, he's incredibly low, but they can't finish the job. The vessel will do it. Camel is dead. He will lose 3,000 gold. K7 has bought back. Kisses have been cancelled. Flesh Canoe is on the run. A huge roll stun hits Acid Rain as well. In comes Wife, hitting Flesh Canoe, who remains alive. FN will taunt in Viper. Viper is being brought away. Meanwhile, the Dagon on K7. PMA is low. Huskar is low. The Black Hole cancelled by Swashbuckle. Wife is dropping. Another Black Hole. Here we go again. And again, Drow Ranger is in the second Black Hole as well. This time not cancelled. The punch is in, but Radiant are out. They are running out of heroes to defend their base. Viper is low. Pango is trying desperately, but his Viper will fall as well. 3 dead, none have buyback. You are about to concede megas, and you are about to concede the game. The Blink, the Impale, the Aeon Disc will keep Toast alive. I believe he disassembled to get that Aeon Disc. Regardless, the result is the same. The Aeon is on cooldown, and the racks have crumbled. Megas for Simpforce 141. In comes FN once again, taunting in Alaska. Wife has bought back, breaking Huskar, killing Huskar. And that is one nice kill obtained. Speaking, he was barely on cooldown. And on the retreat, Radiant look for more. Non-believers, they need more. They see Flesh Canoe. He TPs. There is no way. Okay, he did not get away. Brought down by Toast Pangolier. Well, this is your chance to win the game. One problem. It's the man on your screen, Acid Rain. Oh no, he's gonna solo kill the Drow Ranger. He solo killed the Drow Ranger. He's going for more! He has to dig out again! It's over! It's over! This game is over! There's your GG! Acid Rain Dota, man! Well, what can I say? Non-believers. They had the winning game state for a while, but it was never a massive lead that they maintained. They went for the bold plays, and the bold plays backfired spectacularly. Meanwhile, Simpforce 141, they played it patiently. They waited for the right opportunities. And when the opportunities came, they came with a vengeance. The huge black holes. The massive solo kills from Acid Rain. The overwhelming bulk of the Shrek and Huskar. And it was a hard game that did not go the way of the non-believers side. That is non-believers' first loss of the season. They will fall to 2-1. Simpforce 141, their first win of the season, now 1-2. But we're not done yet. We are in for one more game. We are waiting. Client is out of dates. You'll love to see it, of course. Okay, so we need to reload our Dota for game number 2. That'll be fun. If game 1 is any indication, we are in for a great time. I am going to cut us to a break so I can get some more water. I will see you for game 2 of non-believers taking on Simpforce 141 in about 3 minutes.
Dire team banned.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 11 action. The same series I was casting last hour. We're back for Game 2 of Simpforce 141, taking on Non-Believer. They didn't mark the... No, they didn't mark the win. They told them to mark the win. Why didn't they mark the win? Why must they do this to me? Why must they do this to me? Why can't they just mark the win properly? I have to go into OBS, press this button, put it, I don't know, like this maybe? Yeah, that's, I mean, it works, but it's ugly, you know, it's very ugly. Oh well. Regardless, I am going to be joined by 4Play eventually. Not quite sure when. I gotta go call him on Discord right now. He's in the lobby, so he can't be here whenever he's gonna be here.
5 seconds remaining.
What in the fuck? Alright, somebody needs to message 4Play and tell him he needs to add me on... I'll message him on Steam. Where is it? 4Play. Bachelor of Bricks. Fun times, fun times, fun times. We have some weird-ass Discord settings currently active. Back to the action at hand. What do we have here? We have some very similar bans to last game. Lone Druid, Marcy, Elder Titan, all banned out last game. Leshrac now also banned out. 5-pick Silencer, 6-7 Nyx Ember. 6-7 Ember. But where was that? So Pudge has been selected as the 8th pick for non-believers. I am interested to see where that hero goes. Nowadays, you do see it played carry more often than not, but it is a great matchup 1v1 into the Ember Spirits if you want to put it mid. You, of course, have a lot more damage than the Ember, so you can out CS them nice and easily. On top of that, Flesh Heap more or less obliterates the Flame Guard ability. You just take no damage to it, so...
5 seconds remaining.
If memory serves, that's actually exactly how Pudge Core entered the meta. He was specifically the mid counter pick to Ember Spirit when Ember was one of the top mids in the meta. And lo and behold, what we have on our hands is the Pudge selection again. Speaking of things we are going to see again, it is a Nyx Assassin for Acid Rain.
5 seconds remaining.
We saw it last game, went very well last game. And we'll be back for some more Nyx Assassin action. There certainly is one very good solo kill target immediately in that Silencer. You are going to be able to more or less one bang down that Silencer at all stages of the game. So we have a different lineup this game than we had last game, I believe.
10 seconds remaining.
I think we have one different player.
5 seconds remaining.
Correction, it's the same player but different name. Alaska has changed name to Husband. So that's fun. Fun times for all of us here. Second phase bans, Clinks, Enigma, Void, Ursa, Lifestealer, Jug, all defendable bans. The selection for Flesh can use 5 support is going to be that Witch Doctor. Not what I expected.
10 seconds remaining.
Not what I expected at all, actually.
Dire team pick.
Okay, we have some interesting picks on our hands. Okay, not a hero I expected either. It's Legion Commander. If we're looking up the stats, it is the second most
10
picked
seconds
hero for this offlane gamer who is
5
tagged up as Bobby PMA, but I don't think it actually is Bobby PMA. I think the player known as Saburo Wimp, aka Captain Pepega, aka Admiralis Mantica. But it is the second most played hero. 320 games, only behind Axe, so we have explained some discrepancies. I'm going to keep calling him Bobby PMA, because it just might be Bobby PMA. We saw Hoodwink banned out game 1. It was a first phase ban, I think, actually, by Bulljax. It was let through this game, and the instant response pick is that Morphling. And I am now being joined by Season 10 League of Lads champion, Foreplay. How are you in this fine evening?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Chilling, you know. It's nice to see that there's so much content this season.
5 seconds
Uh,
remaining.
You know how it is. I love content.
I love content too. You know, making it, reading it, getting mocked in it. You know, it's always a good time. Got a
So
draft.
yeah, this draft is interesting. Undying has been completely ignored,
Dire
Mhm.
team ban.
which is insanely psycho, and there's an LC in the game. I'm assuming it's somebody special because I feel like you don't pick LC if there's not some, you know, it's not a specialty.
Yeah, it is this offlaner's second most played hero all time, so it makes some sense.
10 seconds remaining.
Grab one of your signature heroes, lock it on in there.
Remaining.
Make sure all is good to go.
Yeah, this I don't know why these guys prioritize Nick so much, especially first pick. You know, 6-7, I could see it because it was. I saw the draft while AFK. It was Silencer first pick, right? 5-on-5.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Um, I saw him like bagging people last game. I feel like when we played against Asurain's Knicks, he was kind of like useless.
5 seconds
Uh,
remaining.
but that's just how we felt. We just felt like he was just doing rat things, which he does on every hero. So it doesn't really matter what hero he's on. So
Hey, maybe they're trying to get Rubik unbanned later in the season. It's like, alright, if we just pick a Nyx every single game that's available, teams will ban Nyx instead of Rubik, because Nyx is a better hero than Rubik right now. Maybe that's the idea.
that's true, actually. There is no Rubik in this game. Isn't this guy's like?
It is.
Yeah, I remember when we were doing some draft prep for the finals. Someone told me, I think it was KU. KU said,
5
guys,
seconds
we only have
remaining.
one ban because I'm banning Rubik every game. I didn't question that. I said, I don't know this guy. Sure, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
So we only had one ban in the first phase because it was just Rubik.
Mhm.
I'm glad Bulljax found out that Lesh is broken and he picked it last game. I wasn't a fan of his build. This guy went E-Blade. I think that's kind of psycho. He should have just went Ags if he's going E-Blade, you know what I'm saying?
I know what
That
you're
is the
saying,
same
yeah.
thing. But, you know, Camel Farmer's probably the top 3 mid laner in the game in this league. This guy is cracked in the laning stage. I don't know how he does it.
He's just too good at Dota.
He's sandbagged.
A little bit, yeah. This is the this is gonna be another game for Camel to have one of his signature heroes, though. I mean, this is the Camel Farmer Ember Spear, probably his best hero. Not quite as good of a hero as Lishrak, but he's very good in number 2. We are at the 23 pick right now, and that will be a Drow Ranger. So back-to-back Drow Ranger games for wife. Says, you know what? We're back. More Drow. I'm doing it again.
Yeah, I think this pick is psycho.
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like Morph likes morphing into both Pudge and Drow as when he gets Ags. So that's kind of crazy.
I guess you can't morph them both at the same time, so if you have multiple good morph targets, only one of them will get ruined by morphling. I would be shocked, though, if it's not morphling, Ags morphing into the Drow Ranger. Like, you see, morphling's like this hero, it's not only a great carry, but it's also a great anti-carry into these agility carries, and it's just... You take so much of the stats of Drow Ranger, a hero who really needs agility to be a Dota 2 hero, so... It could be a very rough time for wife and the Drow Ranger.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends how the fight starts. If he has Ags, because you get status res, which is really good for the global and LC duel and all that stuff. So
Also, again, going into that strength for the Pudge, also a very valid option, as you mentioned.
yeah, I mean, I'm also not a fan of this Witch Doctor. Actually, I am, but it depends if this guy is the GOAT. This guy should just minute 15, just queue up the shard, and then just do like every time LC blinks on him or Pudge blinks on him or something, you should just hit the switcheroo. Then the hero's good.
Dude, Flash Canoe is definitely a shard buyer. He is definitely a shard buyer.
It's good to know. Good to know.
I've never seen him play Witch Doctor, but I can say 100% confidence he's a shard buyer.
All right, Bulljack's taking this sweet time. Pango.
Alright then. I don't think it's actually that great of a lane into the Drow Ranger, but again, the hero does its job this game. You roll around, you disarm things sometimes, you shield crash on 4 heroes, you take literally 0 damage. I mean, it's a functional hero. Maybe it's one of Boljax's offlaners.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Maybe. I'm guessing so. I mean, he
Yeah.
so I'm guessing it is.
I mean, I don't know. Seems like an unconfident pick, if you ask me. He's just saying fuck the lane. I'm just gonna play for the mid fights or whatever. Even though he saw his lane. So.
Sometimes you just play Pangolier, you kind of roll your face across the keyboard a little bit, and then you just win the Dota game. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. And I'm sure Boldax is an enthusiast of just rolling his face across the keyboard and winning Dota 2 games. He's done a lot of both of those things in the last year and a half of Lads, and he's won a lot of Lads doing that.
That's true. He's a 2-time winner. I'm only a 1-time winner. This guy's good. But I'm excited to see Camel Farmer's Ember. That's probably his best hero, next to Invoker. I think when I landed against his Ember, I was just like, this guy could have carried the game if he went like correct items, but I feel like if I remember correctly, it was one game he just didn't buy proper items. It's kind of weird.
That sounds correct. I remember it was like Kaya instead of Mastermer or like BKB or something like that.
Yeah. I like Bulljack's team smoking out. I don't like Acid Rain having a fucking Wraith band. What the fuck is this?
It's Acid Rain. He's an Acid Rain's a man who goes by the beat of his own drum. He just
Amateur.
he buys whatever items he wants, plays whatever heroes he wants. He's like Bulljax, pick me Nyx. I will buy Wraith band Dagon. But it's like, okay, I'll pick you Nyx. I'll give you I'll buy a Dagon.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just have boots so he can just pull the wave over and over? I mean, okay. I'm not gonna find players on the right.
Listen, you defeat him in best of 5. You got the right. Oh, is that first blood
That's
again
true.
in the dire jungle? Okay, this time there's no first
he's not
blood.
gonna get chains. Yeah, if he gets chains, it's psycho.
That's the
Think he's
exact
also
spot where first blood happened last game. Drow's taking a lot of damage. I think he barely lives this. And he will
they stacked.
barely live that one. Cask will bounce over, but it will not get the kill.
Yeah, they stacked their slow in the stun. Could have been a bit better.
A bit unfortunate there, though. It's a lot of damage to the Drow Ranger. Only has 3 tangos, so that's not quite ideal for a wife there.
Yeah. I feel like Alaska should start feeding him tangos and queue up more tangos right now.
Yeah, zero doubt about it. That sounds like a very correct play.
But Acid Rain is looking for the courier, actually, I think. Yep, he's gonna get it. Yep.
That's some tangos. Acid doesn't have a ward, doesn't have boots, but he's got the Wraithband. He's ready to hit for 5 extra damage and 6 extra attack speed. And RIP Courier.
Dire's courier has been
Not ideal for Drow Ranger.
Unlucky, but I mean, he wasn't in the lane, and he's not gonna pull the wave, which is fine for Drow.
Whoa, it's good deny there from Drow Ranger. Went for the impale on
Insane
Acid Rain.
deny.
Couldn't get the last hit with it.
Insane deny, actually.
I think if that deny didn't happen, this lane's looking really bad. So that's an important deny.
Yeah. She got the other lanes here. I don't know this. I mean, this guy just might be an LC specialist, so I feel like he might have a rough time. But I'm just, I don't know his MR or anything.
He's like Immortal 1k, I think, or something.
Let's see. I mean, he's already like half strength morphed and 40 damage. He's not having a good time.
Yeah, Immortal 1300, according to Dota Buff.
That's pretty good. I mean, he's doing good right now. Pretty sure Flying Nightmare is morphing the wrong way. I don't know why he has 36 damage. Oh, he's regenning. I see. I don't know if this is good, actually. Because he's gonna miss every last hit.
All he has to do is last hit down 25 damage with no attack speed. How hard could it be?
Yeah, let's go back to the mid lane. I feel like...
So supporting mid lane, though. I mean, this is obviously a good lane for Pudge. He's having a great time so far, and it's going to be only better for Pudge as the lane goes on.
Yeah. Too bad I don't have Fume. I'm gonna pick Ursa.
Ursa was banned. There's no Ursa this game.
Oh, okay.
Even if there was Fume, there'd still be no Ursa.
Poljax has 3 CS. He's having a rough one.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing, but...
I mean, I don't know why they're just not pulling the wave. It makes no sense to me. Why wouldn't you just pull the wave? Does Acid Rain not believe in this? Is this like against his code of ethics or something?
He's done it before, but we're actually see first blood bottom lane. Legion Commander will kill Morphling. Meanwhile, top lane, we're seeing a death on Silencer as well. But before all that happens, it's still 2 kills on the board for non-believers. In the bottom lane, the Morph was a little bit too low on HP. It was run down by PMA and K7. Chose to miss those kills to watch top, a regrettable mistake, but I caught 1 of the 3 kills.
It's alright, I told you what was gonna happen. This guy's a specialist, and then he's gonna get nuked down. So, I mean, it's because this guy missed all his CS. He has 6 CS, so... That's... I mean, he should've just... If he got the CS and he died like that, he probably had money for the raindrops or something, you know? And it would've been more efficient. But since he was like 30 damage, that's just life, I guess.
I think I figured out. Maybe Acid Rain's trying to mix it up this season and say, you know what? People think I'm too good. I need to sandbag mid-season. Play weird Dota just to sandbag a little bit. You'll buy Dagon every game. He was doing that last season. He was buying Dagon every game last season, too.
Yeah, I mean, he bought Dagon in our game.
Dead Silencer. Bottom lane again is another sure kill there as well. It's a 1-for-1 trade bottom lane with the Maledict killing K7. FN. He has to run away from the Legion Commander, but back to Dagons. What are you saying about Dagons?
I mean, Acid Rain did it when he was playing Nyx against us too. He just bought Dagon. I'm so glad he bought Dagon. I mean, I'm pretty sure we lost that game, but it would have been way harder if he didn't buy Dagon. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why.
Dude, peak Acid Rain, he was playing Scarth Mage one game and bought Dagon on Scarth Mage. I still can't believe it happens.
Oh, he just likes to zap, I guess.
He isn't buying on Rubik though. I feel like Rubik could be a good Dagon hero, but it's apparently not.
I've
He-
never seen him play Rubik, so
Good point, actually. He's always banned when you're in the games.
yep.
Oh, that's gonna be a third death on Alaska. Got the 2-man Arcane Curse, but at this point you are being run down by Silencer and Nyx's set. Oh, never mind then. There's a lack of mana on Bulljax for Swashbuckle, so Alaska will escape. Meanwhile, Wife is just... Oh, look at the CS difference top lane. 22-10 versus 8-1. Drow Ranger has more denies than Pangolier has last hits. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the fight continues. PMA right-clicks down Flesh Canoe. Nightmare, I believe, will live here, but he's, again, 57 damage. He's losing the CS in this bottom lane as well. Legion's 23-8 versus Morphling's 12-5. It's... And Asterang dies in the jungle as well! To Wife and Alaska, that is... It's looking like last game, where it started terribly for Simpforce, and they just turned it around. Question is, will they turn it around this time? Back to bottom, FN, ooh, had to morph strength and use his magic wands. Cask on PMA, Maledict to follow. FN and PMA are both quite low. PMA, I believe, will barely survive. Correction, a little more close than I thought, but he'll survive nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a look at the net worth graph real quick, check Morph's net worth. Yeah,
It's
that's all I gotta say.
1.8k net worth at minute 6. That is.
And Bulljax has more than that, if I saw properly. Yep.
He's got 2 kills. Yeah, that's where all his money's coming from. Those 2 kills.
I mean, yeah, 2 kills, but he has, 8 CS. So, and that means Morph is doing worse, which is crazy. Camel Farmer putting this team on his back.
Problem is he's also kind of losing his lane as well a little bit. He's making a kind of an even draw, but you can't have 2 lanes lost terribly in one even draw. You need to have at least that. If that there only has to be one hard, and it's not happening right now.
Yeah, but I mean, he's Ember. He can rotate and all get kills, right? So, I mean, it doesn't really matter if he goes even or if he goes like 40-60, because this lane, he can always recover.
I guess big plays needed for Camel this game to turn things around. We saw it last game on the Shrek, but he was playing the Shrek. Bottom lane, Cask, Maledict. K7 is low. He'll stun on the Morphling. Morphling and the Hoodwink are both incredibly low, and neither are dead yet. Hoodwink will tick down to the Maledict. Back over to Morphling. He runs away from Legion Commander, so 1 kill for Flesh near the bottom lane. A 4th kill now for the side of Simpforce.
Yeah, I was saying Camel Farmer should not play Leshrac. It's not his hero.
Listen, in the current patch, it's everyone's hero. Everyone plays Leshrac in this patch.
That's definitely not true.
So if you can't play bottom lane, waveform, Maledict combo on PMA. He'll attempt to lifesteal his way out of this one. Bushwhack is missed by K7. PMA ticks down. Meanwhile, top lane, Aspirine dies to Alaska and Wife, so across the map, 1 for 1, but one that's good for Simpforce.
Yeah, I think they're getting a bit too aggro on bottom. This LC could just play the lane instead of trying to be aggressive and all that shit. Like Hoodwink can pull the wave back and just give LC farm, and this Morph would just be feeling bad the whole time. But I guess they feel like they're Giga strong or something. But the Switch Doctor, he does damage,
Yeah, 2 points in Cask, 2 in the Maledict. He's ready to play Dota 2. Even though Morphling is still behind the Legion, the gap is much closer than it was a few minutes ago. Over to mid lane, never mind. Thought something was going to happen in mid lane. There's 3 Radiant heroes there, but no Dota 2 occurring there.
This Bulljax rotation is insane. What the fuck is this?
Wait, dual bottom lane, Flesh New's already dead. Flying Nightmare, he should be fine, has the waveform, but... Yeah, why is Bulljax mid? He is...
Okay,
he's
they
mid.
smoked. They're trying to kill Pudge, but... Pretty sure this guy is not gonna die.
Well, here we go.
Okay,
Remnant and
he's
DD
dead.
on Camel, the roll and the Impale. Again, a bit of a stun stack there, but it should not matter. One more Slatefist will do the job. Correction, Bullets to kill with the Rolling Thunder. Took a lot of
He
commitments,
walks back
but...
in, man. There's no Ember, there's no Pango, top lane, there's no Ember minute, and he walks back to the jungle. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. He got the Vanguard complete, so all is good. I'm gonna talk about this build. I'm pretty sure KU hates this build, and he's the Pudge expert. He said you should go 1-3-3 because the scaling a flesh heap or some shit like that. I don't know. He's a fucking nerd.
He's told me that as well, yeah. I've heard those words in his mouth, so I believe
Yeah, that's some nerd shit. So I just, I don't even pay attention to it. I just do it.
it. Over the bottom, 2-man waveform from Flying Nightmare, and he's just doing this team fight right now. His teammate hunts for perhaps a duel on Flesh Canoe, but cannot find it. Over into the river. You see Toast grab the haster, I believe for the hook, actually, so that's a good little fun play there from Pudge, just making Camel's game a little bit worse.
I mean, Camel Farmer is trolling again. This guy's going Falcon Blade Yules.
I mean, it's the anti-drow silencer tech. You get raw stats, you get a purge. Wait, Cask, the huge 2-man Cask, it's bouncing everything. It's a 2-man impale, the Wombo combo bottom. Oh, that's a fantastic Cask from Flesh Canoe. And over to mid lane, hook in on Bulljacks, but Toast is forced to haste through and away. God Gamer alert is detected, and for Simpforce, suddenly this lead, it's gone. It's already gone.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, they gotta give they gotta give like a PPP loan to Alaska real quick. They need to give her the XP tome or something. Oh, bottom?
Oh, that's a solo kill, kind of. Yeah, it's a solo kill. No goal went to teammates. It's a solo kill there from Toast. They see Acid Rain. They know he's invis. They're sick of his shit from last game. The sharpshooter is committed. That's a death on acid. Plus 2 intelligence for Alaska.
Yeah, but where's the toe, man? Alaska's down bad.
So they used sharpshooter in the last fights. Tome was put to good use. It's not like Silencer needs global silence anyways. It's not even a good ultimate. So for the top lane, silence on Bulljacks. Bulljacks is in moderate danger. Correction, he is definitely dead. We have a rotation from FN and Flesh Canoe. The entirety of the bottom lane is top lane, looking for Wife. There's no youth to bounce to. Cask on one into Maledict. Waveform in. Wife will silence on both. And in comes the big bad Pudge. Flesh Canoe is already dead, and Flying Nightmare's on the run. Waveform's not cool. Actually, he lacks the mana for one more Waveform. The hook from long range! What? Wait, no, he still Waveform's away. He got the wand charge to Waveform up. He's still trying to run, but he's slow with a rot from Pudge. Meanwhile, the Drow ticked down to the Maledict damage. At the bottom lane, Nyx is dead. FN's still alive somehow. Alaska is now right-clicking, but she's going to die to the Pangolier roll combination. What is going on in this Dota game? The roll continues. It's going to Toast. He'll Verder is stay on the floor. Just keep himself alive. The hook. Oh, this time off the mark. This game. What is going on in this game foreplay?
I like that they're trying to get active, but how did Drow die? Did she die to Maledict?
Maledict, yeah. And then meanwhile, during all that, there was a duel on Nyx bottom that killed Acid Rain. So
yep, it's like I caught that. It's pretty good. I feel like this guy should not buy Blink on LC, but maybe it's fine. Because if you don't get the duels, you don't scale that much, and then you feel bad. But yeah, of course, this guy's a 30 hero. Oh, top lane?
Yeah, Cask actually bounced around for a long time. Problem is, Bulldacks and Flesh can you only have 2 for the time being. Waveform is available for FN if he wants to go in, but that's a dangerous play if he goes for that. Meanwhile, Dire focused on Pangolier. Dismember is there on Morph, as well he could not morph in time. So his 2 cores already had the hook on Camel Farmer. Has 3 remnants, will perhaps use one, but a silence into another silence. The silences are massive. Camel! He gets away! With the Arcane Curse on the right click! No! But the overwhelming odds will get the kill, and there's a duel on Acid as well. It's now 4 kills for non-believers. Flesh Canoe, the lone survivor. He'll sidestep the hook. He'll get away from that one, but non-believers, that is a massive brawl win. A 4-for-0 over there.
Okay, remember when I said Alaska needed PP to be low? No, Witch Doctor needs 1. This guy's level 5. It's minute 14. I mean, these guys gotta prioritize their own heroes. But top lane, maybe Bulljax is trying to...
He has no Blink Dagger, so that's a bit of a hard kill there. And he won't even commit the animation on the roll. He knows how futile that attempt is.
They just TP'd 2 heroes top again, and now he's running mid on Camel Farmer. It's kind of wasted time. It's okay though. I mean, this drought, let's check the net worth here. This drought is so farmed. I like this build. This is the correct build. Going straight shard. You farm for... Oh, wait, they smoke at the triangle?
Yeah, there's a duel for PMA. He'll use it on Camel Farmer. And that will be a death on Ember Spirit. The duel has been won. Now 40 duel damage for Bobby PMA, and they head on over to the stack. It's only a double ancient stack, but gold is gold.
That's crazy.
You know what's crazy, Foreplay? This T1 tower just finally died at minute 14. This is not minute 10, it's minute 14. It is now dead, though.
I mean, these guys, they like Giga Brawled at top, and I feel like they shouldn't have. They should just play it slow, because they will eventually like get picked.
Bushwhack, cancel the TP, a flash canoe. There is no duel, luckily for him. But meanwhile, mid lane, the dive continues. Bit of a 2v2 breaking out. Boljax TP's in, has the roll. Looks towards Toast. Toast. It's about half HP. But he's a bot. He's incredibly tanky. He's just refusing to take damage. Meanwhile, speaking of damage, K7 does a lot to Acid and Flying Nightmare. Acid is dead. Duel in on Pangolier. Boljax is also dead. Goal from Alaska. She silenced everybody. Bushwhack on one. Camel's being slow. The Acorn shot the damage, and Flying Nightmare could not wait for him in time. Camel will tempt the Remnant through, but it's just not a way to escape that team fight. That's a 5-for-0, I believe. Yeah, a full 5-for-0 trade. That's not a trade, that's a slaughter.
Yeah, I mean, Dyer's just feeling it at this point. This guy got his LC, and he's like, guys, do this, do that. Okay,
at least Acid gets something, but that T1 tower mid is still dead.
Yep. Like, look where he's playing on LC. This guy is so confident. Like, no one is even close to him.
You know what he does have? He has not one, not two, but 3 observer wards backing him up. He has all of the vision in the world, so he knows. He knows he's fine.
This ward doesn't even see it.
Oh, he duels the Witch Doctor as well. Oh no, this is the most tragic sentry ward of all time. I can't believe it. There's 3 wards right nearby. 1 ward, I mentioned the 3 wards, and somehow the sentry misses all of them. That's actually incredibly tragic. We're seeing pings. Like, hey, something's up, guys. Where's the D ward? There's sentries committed, but again, everything misses.
Yeah, I mean, this ward already Giga played off. They got like 4 kills back to back or some shit. Top lane, Boljax.
Oh, silence on Boljax. Duel is on cooldown, but so is Boljax's life. It'll be on cooldown for 33 seconds. Back to the D-warding adventures. Do we see the D-ward? No, another sentry misses. They're all missing. Okay, they finally got 1 D.
They finally got it, yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Order of elimination, I guess.
I mean, if Dyer loses this game,
Top tower has fallen.
Okay, here comes Budge. He's hasted. He's large. Hooks in Morphling. Meanwhile, Acid Rain will go on Alaska. Alaska wands up. Gets last word off in time before dying. So duel on Acid Rain. Cask is in, but Death Ward is cancelled by the Bushwhack. Flesh Canoe is dead, so Radiator down both supports. Hook on FM, who waveform away. Now Boljax is rolling. Looking towards PMA and Wife. He stuns Wife. Remnant from Camel going in further. Bugs is still rolling around. Wife is happy to keep the silence. A perfect 2-man silence into the multi-shot, into the dismember. 4 kills for non-believers. In their lead this game. It's even larger than it was last game.
Radiant's top
yeah.
tower
I don't know why they keep trying to fight these guys. Just run into the other side of the map. But I guess they're just like adamant that they're strong or something. Which is like in no way correct.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just... it's one of those games that's going so badly that maybe they're trying to get like a hero to play top lane, but they can't even get any heroes to top lane. They now have Morphling bottom lane, but he's still far away from his friends.
This is good. They should have. Okay, he's TPing. Okay, they're trying to fight him again or what?
Okay, good vendetta away from Acid Rain. We'll get away from a dual death from Bobby PMA. We see a trade of sentry wards if we care about those, and well, FN is top now. Back to the tri-camp. Acid Rain will pop a smoke. In comes your dust. In comes your hook. In comes Dismember, and the duel is there on top. 1 more duel win for Bobby PMA. That's 132 duel damage for your Legion Commander, and well, he is balling out of control. Boljax thought about rolling. That would not have worked in the slightest in that 2v5, so I'm happy he canceled that one.
Yeah, I feel like these guys should Roche. I don't know why they're not. They have Global, they have Drow, they have Velcy. But I guess they just want to sweep, which is kind of okay, but if Elsie died, it's bad. But I don't think he's gonna die. He's probably gonna kill everyone.
Yeah, I mean, he's just playing up here. He's just playing like a strong hero, and he is strong, so he'd be correct to assess it that way. For the time being, though, it seems like the entirety of non-believers want to move into this section of the map bottom lane. There's an outpost to be claimed. There's a T2 tower to be claimed. Nice free stuff that's undefended for the time being. But mid lane, Blink, duel on Acid Rain. Sharpshooters on the way. Global comes in from Alaska. The Sharpshooters tank the duel. Is not won, though the kill is still there. Now, Dire head to Camel Farmer, rolling by Bulljax, looking towards Bobby PMA. PMA's half HP, he's taking a Death Ward and Maledict. He certainly will die here on Legion Commander. Now 1-for-1 trade. Hook in by Toast. Finds Flesh Canoe. Meanwhile, Bulljax will get silenced. He whiffs the Swashbuckle. Silenced in on Camel Farmer. His Yules is on cooldown for 2 seconds. Oh no. 4 kills for non-believers. PMA sacrifices his life, but for a good cause. That's one more team fight win. Now a 10,000 net worth lead.
Yeah, this game is like, I mean, I'm a firm believer that Bulljack should not have won the first game, and Dire just threw, and they're just playing cleaner now.
Yeah.
But I mean, Bulljack's team is also just running at them for no reason, you know.
It certainly was a winning game state for non-believers game 1 as well. But this time the comeback's a lot steeper, if it's going to happen.
Yeah. If Team Sus is Radiant, we're calling GG already.
Top lane, duel on Flying Nightmare. He got the morph off in time. So he's not dead to the duel, but he might be dead because of the duel. TP. Oh, a missed bushwhack. As a result, Flying Nightmare will get away. He will escape for the time being. He's still sad, but he's less sad than he would have been if he died. Bottom lane, silence on Bulljax, and he's just dead! I mean, Ass is in the trees, but he's like, alright, my Pango's dead. I'm not giving my life as well. That's a lost cause. Bulljax has no money. I'm the offlaner now. I'm letting him die.
Yeah, that's the correct play. You never want to just feed after feed.
Yeah, the Blink Impale if he wanted, but probably wouldn't have saved him, yeah.
This guy does not have Blink, man. He's dying.
Oh, I mixed up my bad. I thought for some reason I was looking at Pango's items. I thought Nyx had like Blink Arcanes for some reason. No, he's got.
Why would he go? Why would he try to go correct items, man? This guy's a dragon connoisseur.
Got Wraithband, no Talisman into Dagon. Over into the Radiant Tri-Camp. Cask goes to Alaska. Voodoo Switcheroo is used. In comes your Silence. In comes your Duel. In comes your Drow Ranger. Down goes Simpforce. No dual win, but it is 2 kills, including a core kill on the carry. Morphling. Maledict ended up killing Silencer, so there's a trade so far. Bulljax is rolling around, but he's still dead. He juked a lot of abilities, but he could not juke his trip to the grave, so that's 3 more kills for non-believers. Acid Rain's just in the backlines right now, hiding from the very scary death ball that non-believers have, so it's... I mean, same story as the last fight. Now a 12,000 net worth lead. And they're going high ground again. Okay. They are going high ground.
I mean, I guess they don't even care about Rush. Pudge's Ags now. Morph is even sadder because of the Drow Short and now the Ags. And he doesn't even have full Morph. He's level 3 only.
We're seeing a duel on Illusion. Meanwhile, mid lane, the real Nyx has stunned Silencer. That's a round of Atos on Nyx Assassin. Not what I expected. So Nyx, because he was rooted by the Atos and slowed by the Arcane Curse, is run down by the overwhelming odds of Bobby PMA. So it's a 30th kill now for non-believers. It's not over yet, but it's looking pretty over as it currently stands. Silence onto a fantastic Silence. Yules is being held by Camel, now used. The Cask is bouncing around, but... Hook, available, hits on Flesh Canoe again! Toast! He's out of control. Your roll is on the way. A buyback from Flesh Canoe. This could be the all-in fight for Simpforce 141. They must win this fight. Silence on Camel. He has Yules in 4. He's silenced. He's hooked in. He's trying to escape. He'll Remnant. He's so low and he gets away. But Morphling, he's silenced and dead as well. It's a dieback on Flesh Canoe. A duel on Acid Rain. A death on Bulljax. A duel win to kill Acid Rain. Wife is dead. But a hook again from Toast. The Remnant away from Camel. Again, he stays alive. But non-believers, they're styling right now. Boldex is bought back. He's sold by the Arcane Curse. He needs to dodge this hook. Hook? Okay, there's your hook. This time at long last it will miss. But the racks, they are still in severe danger. The melee racks are low. The range racks are half HP. It should be a full set middle lane for non-believers. Hook missed again. And the range racks will survive for now. It's time to Atos and retreat if you're non-believers, and it will be a relatively clean retreat. You lost your Drow Ranger. That was a beyond godlike streak, if I'm correct. And it was, but still another win there for non-believers. Wait.
Yeah.
Acid. Impale. Vendetta damage. The Bushwhack on 3 and PMA's a BKB duel on Ember. The sharpshooter is too much damage. It's the collapse time. Boljack's dead. Atos on Flying Nightmare. The waveform gets him away, and now we're seeing an Audic Voodoo switch recon, but Acid Rain misses the Impale. But in exchange, Toast will also miss a skill shot, missing that hook, so it's just 2 more deaths.
Starting to feel a bit nutty.
Yeah. Pretty sure Radiant should just call it. I don't know. I mean, they're friends, right? They probably don't give a fuck.
Yeah, this is
Honestly.
definitely a friend stack. I mean, this is basically the same core of last season's team. They had a Flash Canoe who's just he is Mr. Meme Lord. He's pretty chill. He doesn't really get too mad about these things. So I'm sure the morale is still good there for the Radiant.
That's good, because if Radiant was Team Sus, we would have called them at 10.
I was gonna say.
Finally, they're rushing.
Maybe minute 12 instead, but definitely a very early GG call.
I mean, someone in the cons would have said call it, and then someone would have said no, not yet, and then we would have lost from a fight, and then we would have called it.
That sounds accurate.
Yep. Oh, the last smoke? Last smoke?
It is the last dance for Simpforce 141. They need to win this fight. There is no alternative. Boljax, oh no! He is in danger again! Atos on Flash Canoe. In comes Aster. In comes the entire team to kill Alaska. So it is that 1-for-1. The Bushwhack has been missed. But in comes Wife. In this with Silver Edge. Looking for the back lines. Camel Remnant away. Back to Wife. He's spotted. He'll silence the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor gets demolished by the Drow Rangers. Overwhelming damage. So technically it's not over yet, but it's just 2 more deaths, and Drow has 2 lives, so it's not getting any easier.
Yeah, Bulljax needs to hit up the grind. This guy, his spell usage is so fucking bad. Oh my goodness. And you know what's crazy? I heard someone flame me last season from mid. Look at this shit.
Gale Armor's dead, by the way. Is that a hook up it's a hook up Flying Nightmare, he's dead as well! Oh no, it's over. It's actually over. Like there are no G's in the chat, but I don't see how you defend this 4v5 down this much money without your only viable hero in the Ember Spirit currently.
I mean, this is not Thunder Awaken / Liquid comeback type shit. So
what if it was?
I mean,
it's not going to be, but what if it was?
Then this game would be hype as shit.
The last game was pretty hype. This one...
Yeah, last game was hype, but Bulljax wants to be Mickey or something, but he's like the opposite of Mickey.
He's just dead during roll, I think. Like, he's not dead quite yet. Cast comes in, Global's used by Alaska. Duel on Ember. Ember is 100-0 during the duel. 2 cores are dead. Atos on Morphling. Acid Rain will go in the back lines, but his team is already dead. Acid may get a kill on K7. No, the Bushwhack. Acid has Dagon on cooldown. That's a full 5-man wipe. There's your G's. This one's over.
Pink is BMing. He's the one who called it first.
Oh, he did? Oh, no.
Hit him with the rulebook.
I don't know the rulebook, bro.
That's
Okay, that was a beatdown.
I wish Camel Farmer went this build against us. Are you kidding me? Falcon Blade Yules? Maybe he's testing. I don't know.
It is regular season, you know.
Hey, this team aren't they like 0-3 right now?
They're 1-3 right now. Non-believers after that win move up to 3-1, and Simpforce are 1-3.
Yeah, I mean people have been in my ears telling me that the Dire team is bad, but I don't know. They don't look bad.
Who was
I
their
think
other win against?
I have no idea. I
I'm
just
on it. I'm
know,
on it.
yeah. I just feel like if Alaska just touches up on the laning, could the silencers gave to like 2 free deaths. Oh, fun fact!
Yep.
I'm an Alaska fan because Alaska was supposed to be on roll swap initially. So,
Oh.
oh yeah, they were like one of the subs that was supposed to be on roll. I asked to be on roll swap, but it didn't work out because they didn't have time or something like that. So,
WCYD.
all good. We got the good players. We got top 4.
Yeah, top 4 indeed.
But yeah, I mean, this guy's hitting more hooks than KU hit it in his fucking life. So that's good to see. This hoodwink, no comment. This guy's LC, just ban it. I don't know, just ban it. Or don't pick morph into it. I don't know. I don't remember the order, but yeah. And I feel like if you see your lane and you pick Pangolier into Draw Ranger Silencer, maybe just pull the wave. I feel like then you could play the lane and get something out of the lane.
Yeah.
Because Bulljack's got like a fucking donation, you know, like he took out a loan and they said don't pay it back. They're like, all good, you know, you're good for us. Like that's what happened. So this is maybe Fume is just the backbone to this team. So they just need Fume's melee strength hero in the game.
Okay, I pulled up my preseason rankings. I had this wife team, non-believers, ranked 15. Though they 2-0'd my 17th ranked team and they 1-1 my 11th ranked team. So they're beating teams that I did not rank that highly going into the season. That's my cope. But again, 3-1, good start to the season.
Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's like RNG. Everybody thought they were like really good, and then we just found out that they played the fucking worst teams on day one, and then they got raffle stomped the next few days. So
They also got ruffle stomped by COVID though. That's
I mean,
the RNG fan cope.
I'm pretty sure they would have lost anyway. Did you see Beast Coast? They had COVID too. They owned LGD.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
So
Monkey
that's
there.
all. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, if Beast Coast can do it, you know, why can't others? I mean, that's really dumb, but you know, that's my cup.
That is really
I,
dumb, but it's
I'm
okay.
just a South American fan, you know.
I'm a Thunder Awakened fan, not a Beast Coast fan.
That's fucked up. Chris Weed is my guy.
Man, Panda Boo is my guy, and Picaz es mi pastor. I don't care about no Beast Coast.
Yeah, I hate Picaz. And Dark Mago, we're beefing.
K1's never going to be as good a Dota as Picaz is, bro. That's my thoughts.
That's because K1 he paved the way for Picaz, Badger.
Okay,
No,
maybe.
everyone was talking about how Hector was the greatest farmer in the game. His farming paths were crazy. And then slowly, then you see Picaz rise up. Who do you think he watched?
Okay,
Hector.
I was going to say Ame, but... yeah,
Sorry, where's
probably
Ame?
Hector.
Where's Ame? He's out of TI, exactly. There you go.
The same place the Hector is, at the airport.
Yeah, but I'm not. I mean, Ame didn't pave the way. Hector paved the way because everybody was talking about Hector, not Ame.
There were people talking about Ame, I assure you. Okay,
Sure.
I've been talking about Ame since before I knew how to pronounce his name. Because no one was casting his games in these Chinese games. This is before Bcop was casting those games. I thought it was called AIM. Because nobody casted his games. Like, oh, it's AME, AIM. This is before. That's how long I've been on this guy. He was in like LGD's third team. I've been on there for that long.
Oh, I see. You're just a Chinese fan.
I used to be, not anymore.
Are you NA? I was gonna say, you're NA all the way, man.
I used to be a massive Sylar fan though. I was like the biggest Sylar fan of all time.
That's because you're a Dota boomer, man. Everybody's a Sylar fan if you're a Dota boomer.
I fucking love you some Sylar, bro. Sylar, like ZSMJ, those are my guys. But we have gone way off topic. I'm gonna wrap this one.
Last question.
Oh.
I just want to know who's gonna win TI, Badger? Who's your fan favorite?
Tundra.
Tundra. Okay. Is it because of Snake King? Because he's NA?
I mean, I think it's the best team, but I also do want Snake King, the King, and Curtis Ling to win, of course, because they're the NA reps.
Sure. All right, you can wrap this up.
All right, you got any final words, shout outs, calls to say to the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/BadgerPablo?
Yeah, Sus was trying to make a return, but we're all too busy. So unlucky.
We'll see him next season, I'm sure. We'll see him next season. All right.
We'll see.
Next. Actually, who do you think's gonna win TI?
TI? Badger, man. Did you see the voice line I was spamming in the finals? I don't know if you took notice,
That was
but
like 3 weeks ago, bro.
Liquid is my guys.
Oh, Liquid. I see. I can't blame you, Zai. Very cool player.
They're my guys.
NA product Zai. Very cool player.
Yep.
We
Blitz,
definitely claim
NA.
Zai.
Blitz is NA.
He
Nick
is.
is NA. That's crazy. Insane is NA too. Oh wait, that's Boxy's NA too. Crazy NA team here, you know.
It's the NA Finland mixed stack. You know, we're good.
Yep.
To the viewers, though, as always, thank you for tuning on in for this 1-1 draw between Simpforce 141 and non-believers. I will be back tomorrow, actually, for some more League of Lads casting. It will be Doghouse taking on Little Bros, so the near 6-dog team taking on the Ja Marshall Karan team. I believe there is 7 that game as well, so it should be a very, very fun time in terms of the core players. If you want to catch more of my stuff, you want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, you want to hire me for your DPC or other pro event, contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/BadgerDota2, or on Discord, Badger5713. I have a new YouTube series. I'm doing something called Badgers Briefings. Go check them out if you're a fan of, like, you know, long form podcast type material about Dota history. Going through chronologically. I'm in 2011 right now, but eventually we'll get to the modern stuff, I'm sure. Give it a month or two. I think it's a good time if you are a fan of that kind of content. But thank you to Confused for the subscription. Really appreciate that one. Thank you for the follow as well, Gmo. As always, thank you for watching, and have a great night.